Okay, good. We are live. Thank you everyone for bearing with us. I'm sorry we're a little bit late. Had a couple of technical issues, all my fault. You should also know that we have a lot of flu going around in the office at the moment.
Filthy.
Two flu, one no flu.
Yeah.
Bad situation.
So I hope you'll bear with us. So yeah, we're having our first live Q&A for a while. So we're here with Ricardo, who's our Chief Product Officer.
Hi everyone.
And Leonard, who is our Managing Director.
Hello.
And they're going to hopefully answer all of your questions about the roadmap that we updated on Friday. So we published the updated version of our roadmap, the 2.0, on Friday, and have had some good discussions with you guys on Friday and over the weekend. And we just wanted to go live to make sure that everything was clear and that you had all the information you needed. So please comment with your questions and we'll take them as we go. Our first comment is just saying a hello, good day. Hello, good day to you too. Hi.
Good day
hi.
to everybody. Hello.
So to kick us off then, one of the most popular comments that we had in the Telegram chat over the weekend was regarding the MVP launch. Now, we sort of talked about this way back when we did the token sale in 2017 and early 2018 about how we anticipated that being around Q1 2019. That's now been pushed back a couple of months. Maybe Ricardo, you could kick us off and explain what's going on there?
I would definitely love to give access to Alpha to the community. However, Alpha is pretty much the first time that we're going to see all the pieces, all technology coming together in one single app. And as we know, there will be bugs. And I don't want definitely to defraud expectations from our community. So I want to give ourselves Alpha for internal testing with us and our partners and fix the bugs. And then just a few weeks or months later, be able to put the beta in front of the community with a great user experience and with something that we all tested. It's too much technology to actually go wrong. And I don't want to take that risk.
That seems fair. Yeah, absolutely.
That's a good plan.
Yeah. So the alpha is just for the team and the partners, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then beta for the community, selected members.
And when are we anticipating the beta?
Q1.
Okay, so that's Q1 2019, and then the MVP
is pretty much early beginning of Q2.
Okay, yeah.
And I know that we said, I know that that's pretty much leading to the second question, isn't it, Andy, about...
It is, except we've just got one from Monkey Tomo. Question from a friend of mine regarding the Bank of England license. Why has it disappeared from the roadmap? When are you going to be looking into acquiring this? Yeah, so...
Okay, I'll take that question.
Yeah, Leonard, you take it.
It hasn't disappeared from our desks, I can assure everybody. The Bank of England is considerably overwhelmed by lots of people applying for bank licenses. The process has become a lot more rigorous than it was 6 months or 9 months ago when we began. The timelines have stretched out longer because of lack of resource and additional work and rigor on the part of the regulators. That's resulted in us having to do a lot more work and spend a lot more time getting everything right. Nothing has changed. We continue to be in regular contact with the Bank of England. We continue to answer their questions. We continue to work with them. And we are absolutely continuing the process of getting a bank license through the Bank of England.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah.
I think, specifically it's not on any particular quarter on the roadmap because as you said, it's an ongoing process. And while we have specific targets for the Lithuania license being this quarter, we can't really assign any particular...
So what we put on the roadmap are things that are generally in our control, including, for example, the submission of the Lithuanian bank license. What we haven't put on the roadmap are things that are completely outside of our control. We do not control the timing of the Bank of England's willingness to talk to us, willingness to accept a application, or for that matter, the granting of the license. So we want to be very realistic and transparent about it. We're doing everything we can, continuing to work hard at it, but we cannot control when they will accept our application.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got a question from Jean. Hello from Northern Ireland. Hi.
Hello.
Great work, team. Thank you. Hopefully banking license soon. Leonard, do you want to
we certainly hope so. That's that's a fundamental aspect of what we're proposing here and of our model. We are applying in a couple of other jurisdictions as we've shared in the past. Those applications continuing to go forward on a more timely basis than the Bank of England. And as I think we said on the roadmap, by the end of this year, we will formally apply to the Bank of Lithuania. They have formally requested us to make the application, so we are over the hurdle of persuading them that we should be able to apply.
And that's no small thing,
no,
right?
that is no small thing, because it also requires a lot of work continuing in Lithuania. It requires the planning for a banking setup in Lithuania, the planning for people, the planning for systems, etc. It is not a small thing at all, and it's a costly exercise and a time-consuming one. And we will have that application in by the end of this year at the latest. Ideally, it'll go in by the end of November. We're still trying to achieve that, but we're giving ourselves a bit of extra time.
Yeah, I mean, it was fantastic that they formally invited us to apply.
It was a huge affirmation of the work that everybody around our team has done. Paul and Eva and others have done around here. You, Annie, as well, as in terms of getting it done. So, we should all be happy with that.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, thanks for your comments, guys. Keep them rolling in. CYT Crypto question. What are your thoughts on competition with other blockchain banking projects and BAB having such a long time frame for the roadmap? Who wants to take that one?
I'll start out. I mean, we believe that competition is good. We like the fact that since our fundamental proposition is to help people who are excluded from the banking system, we like the fact that there are lots of people trying to bring people into the banking system. Obviously, from the point of view of a business model, we'd like to be the first, the biggest, the best, the fastest, etc. We're all constrained. Everybody is constrained by the factors that constrain them in each specific circumstance. We are doing the best we can, operating as fast as we can, and we want to bring something to the market that is fantastic, that everybody will love, will think is innovative, will really enjoy. And we don't want to bring something to the market that is sort of, chewing gum and Band-Aids. And so I'll turn it over to Ricardo now to talk about the tech that's driving a lot of it.
No, I actually think that this roadmap is very aggressive, to be honest. It takes time to build innovation as we're trying to build. It's so many parts, so many different features and components. I think we are disrupting on so many areas. And for us to deliver the vision is not something that we can do from night to day. It's just, we can't. I actually think it's really cool that we are pretty much 6 months away from having a product that we can all test and use. Mm-hmm. And obviously, there will be some inter-releases between all of these key fours, updates of features. Instead of us waiting for 3 months to actually launch a big feature, we're going to try to every month do something, some tweaks, or some small features. So I will say that we are pretty much 6 months from the biggest and the first milestone of our vision.
Mm-hmm. Exciting times, thank you. Sorry, just skimming through these questions to find the most relevant ones. Okay, Carlo says, you mentioned in the last update issuing a virtual debit card along with the black card. Will it be possible to order a physical card to connect with your BAB account? So it's quite complicated, all of the sort of details around the card issuing and stuff. Ricardo, do you want to shed a bit more light?
Before Ricardo jumps in on the technology, sure. I just want to say, do you want that? Would you like that? That's something we would like to hear from you. There's a lot of debate about whether people want to actually have a physical card. And it'd be great to hear some input from our community.
Maybe we could do a survey or something. Yeah.
That is actually, that is the question, like Leonard said. We are definitely, the focus and the vision is to bring the black card and the merchants network globally. For us to actually be able to put a global distribution of a black card and for you to be able to use the merchants anywhere, that takes time. That actually takes some time. Meanwhile, with BAB launching a release of an app in April, and in between that time, which is pretty much realigned for key 3, key 4.
For black card.
For black card. Mm-hmm. Would you like to have a solution for you to do spending, for you to actually go and pay for your coffee? If so, definitely we do need to partnership with Visa or MasterCard to allow you to apply and order a physical debit card that you can do for spending. If not, and actually there's a bunch of other features, peer-to-peer transactions and others as a roadmap that we can now test and use before we launch Black Card, that will be something that we need to do.
And then just to be clear, we are having conversations with providers of those of those hard card services. So we're not putting all of our eggs in one basket. We want to make the right decision, and we want to give our customers, you guys, the most options possible.
Mm-hmm.
We are committed to a decentralized payment railways, and that's over the blockchain, and that will be the block card. But in between, we also believe that we need to cover your needs, and that's actually pretty much providing legacy solutions like the Visa and MasterCard, but they are essential right now.
While we manage the transition.
While we manage the transition.
Purely on a transitional basis,
Yeah.
It's not our focus, obviously.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, guys. Okay.
This is my tea, Leonard. I know that you're looking at my tea.
I wouldn't touch your tea.
I'm
trying to avoid getting sick.
You don't want more germs.
No more germs. Thank you.
We've already had a reply to your question, Leonard. I think that depends what area you target. As an example, here in Asia, hardly anyone uses physical cards. So
Okay.
that's a good point. I mean, it vastly depends on the geographic area.
Who was that?
eCrypto74.
Brilliant. Thank you. That's really helpful information. Anyone
Yeah.
else with that kind of stuff, please
Yeah.
send it in. And you can send it in after this is over. You can continue to send any stuff through our Telegram community.
Yeah, and Junie says we can worry about plastic cards later. So yeah, we definitely need some research about this, I think. Okay, so we have another question. Will BAB be looking to partner with others to fulfill its KYC needs, or will the solution be developed within BAB and existing partners?
That's a Ricardo question.
Yeah.
So definitely, we are currently integrating with 7 different suppliers and partners to bring BAB vision to life. One of them is a banking-grade QIC technical solution. So definitely partnering and not actually developing in-house. For you to be able, we are launching in April for UK and EU markets, and that's a lot of countries to be able to manage QIC. Not all of them have the right informations, so we cannot do IDB check or other such. So definitely we need to use other partners, because if we try to do this in-house, we're gonna need, like Rushdie says many times, you're gonna need a football team here just to do QIC.
Yeah, true. Cool, thank you. I'm just here to listen. Cool, thanks.
Because yes, we'll partner with anybody who makes sense from the perspective of trying to deliver what we promise to deliver. So we don't, we have conversations going on at the moment with all kinds of partners. Since we're a blockchain business, most of them are, or all of them are blockchain in some form or other. So the short answer is yes.
And in regards to the BAB business accounts, yes, we're planning for BAB business accounts, but not for release 1 or release 2. Pretty much it will be something that comes as part of the release 3.
Yeah.
So somewhere in Q3 or Q4 next year.
Somewhere before the end of next year, yeah.
Yeah, great. Hope that answers your question. And as I say, sorry we missed it last time. So the next one is... Theo says, hi everyone, quick question. Do you still plan on building your own blockchain or use an existing one such as Ethereum, EOS, or even better, Ripple? Okay, our CTO will probably be able to answer that better, but I know the answer is yes. Is it you guys?
We are using Hyperledger blockchain technology for our private blockchain. And actually there will be really cool announcements from Gurav in next week about a few enhancements to the BAX token. I really don't want to disclose much more about it to spoil the surprise, but
we don't. Yeah, as you say, we don't want to ruin the surprise. We have some quite cool stuff going on in December, hopefully.
Yeah, and that is something that nobody's actually doing, and I think you guys are going to be super excited to hear it from Gurav.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So we'll wait to hear more details from him. But thank you for the question. It's definitely an interesting one. Thank you. Any information on the airdrop? Actually, I'll take this one.
Yes,
you guys
please,
don't mind.
please.
Yes. So the airdrop for all of the Crowdcube equity investors, and because we hit the target for all of the token sale participants as well. The calculations have now been made. Now I just need to work closely with Gaurav to work on distribution of the back. So I'll actually be getting an email from us in the next day or two with further instructions on how you can claim your airdrop and bonus. But it's all going ahead and you'll have more information about it soon. So thank you very much for your patience. Really appreciate it. Cool. Follow up to Leonard from Carlo regarding the physical cards. I've yet to see anyone pay using virtual cards or Apple Pay in Southern and Southeastern Europe. That's interesting. Okay.
Sorry, you said you don't see anybody using it.
Yeah, apparently not. I mean,
Okay.
it's absolutely prevalent, isn't it,
Yeah.
in London? I mean,
Yeah.
everyone's just like...
But this is exactly the kind of great feedback that we always get from our community, and that we're certainly encouraging on this particular point. And as you can see from the two different specific answers we've received, in Asia, nobody uses a hard card anymore. And in Southern Europe, everybody uses a hard card, basically.
Yeah.
So we are trying to balance all of that and to make a proper decision that will keep everybody happy. So thanks again. Keep it coming.
Yeah, really, really good thoughts, guys. Thank you very much. Salman says, does BAB have internal targets for adoption and onboarding of users onto the BAB app?
Sorry, say it again. I missed it.
Onboarding of users, so BAB app customers, basically, whether we have customer acquisition targets.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't want to disclose it pretty much by country right now, just because we are actually changing and tweaking the strategy, the go launch strategy. But we are aiming to have 250,000 users at the end of year one, post-launch.
Yeah. And that's very much kind of in line with the competitors that we've studied in the space.
Yes, and all
it's
of the research.
Very realistic. Yeah. No pressure on the marketing team.
No.
You can.
Yeah, we definitely can. Okay, this is interesting. It's not strictly related to the roadmap, but I think it's an interesting question. How will the unbanked be able to use your financial services if they have no former experience or lack financial literacy?
Yeah, okay. So a big part of our ambition and our goal is to help people understand how they can actually access the global financial network. So we will, as part of our rollout process, we will provide a lot of information to people on how they can use it. And the black card is very key in that process, because effectively the black card will replace cash in the pocket. And once we have the network of merchants and the network of other users rolled out in each specific market, the vision we have is that people will not have to have cash in their pocket, but will be able to use the black card as a replacement for cash. So that nobody needs to be very sophisticated about what to do on the financial markets or anything like that. They will use the black card instead of using cash. And that's the entry point. Once people get comfortable and understand how that works and are confident that it is working okay, I would expect that their level of interest in other kinds of financial services will go up, and we will have available to them those products and that information to help take them forward on that.
Yeah, and especially on those countries like we're gonna have the merchants, and we have the partnerships with some of the ONGs for use of initiatives like a fundraising, that we're actually trying to move fundraising further and earlier in the next year. So these ONGs definitely will be responsible for onboarding the users there, explaining the use, and actually bring that financial inclusion and the literacy of the products. Might be that they don't actually need for spending or for peer-to-peer immediately, but actually to gather donations all over the world and start by that.
To fund a project or fund a business, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, thanks guys.
And that totally aligns with Worsley's vision about empowering the microeconomy.
Yeah.
He's so precious about it.
Yes, for a good reason.
Yeah, for a good reason, absolutely.
Okay. Wow, lots of new comments. I think we'll take the last couple of questions, and then we all need to go to the doctor, right?
Yeah.
Please.
Okay. Question: if I deposit in my BAB account, will I receive the equivalent in BACS, or can I just use Euro to pay without using BACS tokens? Can you give more detail on this? Okay, this is quite a fundamental thing with regards to the use of the BACS in the platform. So maybe we just need more details around this. Yeah.
So if you're depositing and registering from a Euro country and you're using topping up your account or add money from euros, you're going to receive euros in your account. If you're doing it from UK, you're going to receive pounds. The use of the BACS itself, so you cannot actually buy BACS. The use of BACS is done in the backend. So any fees that we're going to charge for use of services, they will be charged in fiat, but represented in BACS. So that you see, for example, for £1, how much is that in BACS? And all of the burning and the token economics that we described in the wallpaper will happen under the hood, kind of pretty much invisible to the user. We need to understand that all of the users that we're going to join and be BAB users will understand the BAX token economics. So we need to facilitate the adoption and make it transparent for them that they are being charged on the fiat. There's a token that is being used on the back end, and that's pretty much how it will work. So if you do want to buy BAX, you're going to actually need to go to the exchange on the convert, click there and be able to say buy BAX or buy other cryptos in the future and be able to redeem it back.
But if you hold, say, euros or GBP in your account, it's held in fiat currency.
It's held in fiat currency.
Yeah.
We call it GBPX just because it's a tokenized fiat that you can send within the network.
Yeah.
And EuroX pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for the question, Christian. Everyone's giving their feedback on the card question. That's really, really helpful.
Really,
Thank you. I'm
really
going to
useful.
go through all these comments after we finish.
Let's select that all.
Yeah, definitely.
We spent part of the morning actually discussing on the strategy of the cards, and we have split opinions.
Where do you see profitability from fees during the next 5 years, if you'd like to make an educated guess?
I'm not actually into the financial plan that much. That's pretty much with our COO and Paul. But Leonard, you have seen it. Is there anything that we can disclose without actually jeopardizing anything?
No, I mean, I think the philosophy that we follow is that we want to make as many of the services available for as low or no cost as possible. But obviously we're a business, and obviously you guys hold backs because you believe that business is going to be successful and generate some level of profitability and value to you in the future. So we will create probably packages of various kinds with various levels of product in them, much like you're all familiar with from your telco or whatever. Those packages will have various pieces of our products available. You will get to select which you want, but at the very entry level of our product, it will be an incredibly cheap, virtually no cost ability to do a lot of things.
And that's really interesting because this change actually came from us. We initially wanted to have a pay-as-you-go service. You only pay for what you use. And obviously there were some fees from the transaction and the use of services. But in the UK market specifically, people don't want pay-as-you-go service. They actually prefer to buy a package deal. And that's pretty much in line with other players and competitors. And
other countries. There are plenty of countries lots of people are used to buying a mobile phone package, for example. And prefer that, and they buy the package that will suit them most in terms of their expected use. And I think we're going to go with that model for the moment.
Yeah.
But again, the starting level or the entry level is going to be a lot of free stuff, very cheap and easy to use.
Love free stuff.
Everybody loves free stuff. You can't run a business on free stuff, though. That's the problem.
Okay. I think that's all we've got time for. I'm really, really sorry if we didn't get to your question, but thank you very much, everyone, for your comments and your feedback and for your questions. Yeah. And thank you to Leonard and Ricardo for your time.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone, and thanks, Annie, for running a great job.
Yeah. It's definitely a pleasure to be here and having the chance to actually answer some of the questions from our biggest supporters. Yeah. And
absolutely. It's something we should do more often.
Absolutely. Yeah, we should. Yeah. We've got out of the habit recently. Yeah. We'll be back.
Yeah, we'll do it more often. Thank you, everybody, for coming on.
Thank you, guys.
Take care, everyone.
Join us in the doctor if you want to come.
Yeah, we're all going to go get well now.
Bye. Bye.
Okay.